So we're starting practice with just the old base, one-on-one, stay on a block, get off a block, old school pad-on-pad drill. Some fundamental work, just some good on good against ourselves, a little bit of work for Navy, commitment to that, just to kind of keep seeing their offense so that week's not as stressful. We also use that as a positive for the offense because we get a chance to work on trying to come off the ball harder and lower and the pad level that they play with, but really the pad level, when you pass as much as we do, you start getting high. So it's just to kind of reemphasize pad level. So even though you're running their plays, I don't think it's bad for our offensive linemen and all that kind of stuff. And then we're doing a lot of kicking, and then we're actually finished each day, the first 2 days, about 20 minutes of young guys. The guys that you're not seeing, the red-shirted guys, the walk-ons, the second-team guys that are maybe not playing a lot. You don't want to get a second-team guy, but we're actually probably just had about 20, 22, 23 plays of full-go scrimmage with those guys, just to keep bringing the young quarterbacks, young linemen, young defensive players along. So fundamental time, some good-on-good competition without killing our guys, trying to take a little bit off of some of the kids that are banging a lot, but still trying to keep our edge. A lot of kick work, a little bit of Navy, and a lot of young guy stuff.
How does Cam look with, he had a hip pointer went out. How's he look a couple days after?
Good as far as moving stuff. We're not doing a lot of throwing with him yet, just to give it time to quieten down. He's dressing. He's out there doing some things, but he's doing some light stuff. So we're getting the bulk of the team is going, and throw work is going with Nate as far as true. When you say live, I mean, the quarterback's never really getting hit, but when you're really playing full go, Nate's getting the bulk of that work, just giving him a chance to get that quiet. Don't want a little thing to nag. So, but he's out there going, just not doing the true teamwork. So Nate's getting a lot of reps. Then we're throwing some reps to Corey Babb and David Nelson, our next two guys, just to kind of, will you talk loud? Can you communicate? And what things can you guys do? So we're taking advantage of that. Nate's probably getting, typically a guy would get 60, 70% of the work. Nate's probably getting 80, 85. Okay. And then sprinkling those guys in.
What do you think of just both those guys? What was your evaluation of both those guys when you watched them?
Oh, the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Decent, or, pretty good. I'd say managed it pretty good, didn't force a lot of balls. Communication could have been a little better. We got a couple procedures that hurt drives where first drive we got, ready to go, and so is that the quarterback and his ability? Can you hear him? If you're the lineman. So, when you're young and you got new guys, they don't speak up. That's why we're working those young quarterbacks. Speak up, let us hear you. Right. Call the play, call the snap count. So, but in general, they're both very calm kids. They're both reasonably good, and that's why there was a competition. It wasn't nothing against Trey, because we think Trey's going to be okay and really good. But those other guys are good. So we're kind of fortunate to have those guys.
I
thought they did well. They need to do better, but I thought they did well.
You've been working Navy prep since the spring. I mean, you talked about sort of retention. I guess where is the level of sort of retention and recognition with that formation, with the game maybe coming up a little bit here?
I guess okay. It's just, you really got to change gears. So we're just trying to, when you play that style, and then they're actually a little bit more multiple. They're just not straight wishbone. When you're watching them the other day playing Penn State, saw them on TV a few weeks ago against Notre Dame. They'll get in the pistol and spread stuff a little bit, and their quarterback throws it well. So when you're looking at them long term, I mean, we're getting just, how to slow. It's almost like you got to slow down defensive line because you got to read guys instead of just, at defensive end and stuff. So we're just doing enough to keep it fresh. I'd ask Coach Mallory or Coach Eck, and I'd really just kind of wait more to that week. I know, for example, there are teams that play Air Force in that conference that spend a portion of one day a week just working on that, just so it's not that hard for the defense to get ready for. And at the same time, I don't think it's a bad deal. Defense is working on playing cut blocks. Defense is working on tackling. Offense, you're working on playing low, taking care of the ball. Even if it's not your plays, it's still football. So I don't think it's truly – I view it as a non-waste of time. Let's just emphasize so when we do it, it's not as big a deal when it comes time to do it. We're just, okay, we're ready for it. Let's go play it.
You talked last week about trying to get Trey involved on game day. How did that play out on Saturday?
Good, and you can talk to him. I mean, he was up in the press box on some headphones. But, when the drive's over is when those guys really talk. And a lot of times I click over and listen to the defense or, having my thoughts of what I think they're doing offensively, not trying to get in their way, but just listen to that. So I think that's when Coach Johns or Coach Luttrell. So I didn't get any feedback of exactly, but I know he was in the box. I know he's on headphones. I saw him up there. So you can ask him because I think we got him. Is he coming?
Yep.
Yes, you can check with him what he thought on that.